can climb much higher where you belong. Now it's gone. I've been fighting that fire for far too long. Now it's gone. You can climb much higher where you belong. Now it's gone.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 2 in season number 2 of the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series, presented by Krispy Kreme. We are here at the Pocono Raceway in my home state of Pennsylvania for the Pocono ARCA 216 laps of action, yet again for, I believe, 40 miles yet again, because this is another 2.5 mile racetrack, and I had to think about how long the racetrack was, and I had to multiply it by 16. I don't know why I went through all the trouble of doing that, but hey, there you go. You now know that interesting stat right there. 33 drivers in the field, the second race of 14 and the first of 2 races that we will have here at Pocono this season. Going to have a 150-miler later on, a 12-lap event, Mod Space 150. I think about race 7 of the season, so that's going to probably be late October. But right now, we got this one here, the second race of the season here at the Pocono Raceway. These 33 drivers are ready to get it started. Joe Jefferson, his first ever official, I guess you could say it was his first ever start, but he did make a start in the charity event. But nonetheless, in his first ever start, Joe Jefferson got the victory last week at Daytona in a shortened race as the caution came out with about 4 laps to go, and that was it. They did not get back to racing. That's the worst case scenario for when a caution is to come out. If it comes out with 5 laps to go, we're going to get 1 lap in, but that was not the case at Daytona last week. Hopefully we will not get another scenario here at Pocono. Just going to have to see how it all shakes out. Jonathan King finished second in that race. He's 4 points behind. Tyler Lyman, 5 points behind. Isaac Nichols, 6 points behind. And Justin Zidell, 7 points behind, coming into today's event. Only the second race of the season, so plenty of opportunities for these drivers to advance their way through the points. And we got ourselves a lot of drivers who might not have necessarily got good runs at Daytona starting up front here today. Anyways, let's go ahead and head trackside for the command, the fire the engines here for the Pocono ARCA 200 at the Pocono Raceway.
Driver, start your engines.
And a great command there to fire these guys up for the second race of the season. And these drivers will be fighting very hard for this victory here today. It is going to be 16 laps of action, and it's the Daniel and Daniel show up front. Daniel Bouchard in the number 10 with the pole position alongside him. Daniel McMillan in the number 20. And it's going to be a frantic fight for that first lap lead between those 2 drivers, I do believe. 2 very good drivers. Daniel Bouchard, an NRLOA Big One champion. He's the defending NRLOA Big One champion, so you know he's a good driver there. Number 9, that's driven by Tyler Ryan, rookie driver here in the ARCA Racing Series, and we're going to go ahead and reset it to the number 81 of Matthew Phillips can start this race, but we're going to go ahead and go through the next few positions. Number 71, that car is driven by Eli Bright alongside the 81 of Matthew Phillips, and we will reset it, don't worry. That's the number 22 of Isaac Nichols Rowe. Number 4 sees the 48. That car driven by Jaden Scott, starting alongside the 55 of Philip Goldberg. And then row 5 will be the 52 of Richard Kinghart, and the I'm trying to find it. That is the number 37, I do believe, and that car driven by Aiden Shepard. Let's go ahead and get this thing reset before the 81's done for the day. And now all of the drivers are successfully rolling off. So Matthew Phillips will get to start this race in the number 81. The rule is that all competitors starting each race must cross the start-finish line under full power. And after the beginning of the race, anything goes. So if you blow an engine after that point, That's all there is to it, and you're going to get knocked out for the rest of the race. But before the race begins, if you have an issue, we will reset it. That's just the courtesy rule we have here on Napa Fan, and to make sure everybody gets an equal chance in each event. Number 11, that car driven by Adam Lewis, will start alongside our last winner here in the ARCA Racing Series, Joe Jefferson. A Cinderella story right there, his first ever start. And a lot of factors went into this series being created, and it was him not getting a ride in the Truck Series being one of them. And you see him there on the outside there of Adam Lewis. The green flag's going to come out. We're racing here at Pocono, and Daniel Bouchard leads the field of the green flag for the Pocono ARCA 200. Tyler Ryan in the number 9, almost looking to the inside, and he's going to get to the inside. McMillan shooting up the racetrack a little bit in the number 20, and here comes the number 9 side by side with the 10 for the lead. Matthew Phillips in the 81 running in the 3rd position right now. They're 3 wide, and they're going to go 3 wide through the tunnel turn. That's Jaden Scott on Eli Bright and Daniel McMillan. Now these ARCA cars run this racetrack a little bit better than the Cup cars and the trucks. And you see them not shooting or overshooting, I should say, turn number 2 there. None of them hit the outside wall, which is a good thing. Tyler Ryan has driven around Daniel Bouchard, and the number 9 trying to pull away from the rest of the field. He's going to be able to do so lap 1 of 16, going to Tyler Ryan here in the Pocono ARCA 200. All 33 drivers roaring down the front straightaway, the longest front straightaway in all of North America. Here comes the 52. That car driven by Richard Kinghart to the inside of Jaden Scott and Daniel Bouchard. Matthew Phillips in the 81 trying to hang on to 2nd place. While the 52 gets a great run 3 wide to the inside of those guys for the 3rd position. And Isaac Nichols, he's going to be 3 wide, and so is Philip Goldberg in this inside lane, inside of Adam Lewis, and the 71, and around goes Lewis, and the 55 of Philip Goldberg, and exiting turn 2, it's a big crash here at Pocono. Aiden Shepard, the 02 of Igor Barreto, and the 18 of Josh Crash involved. Another driver there, the 66, Griffin Lynn with damage. And they were 4 wide off of the corner, resulting in this accident on lap 2 of the race. Race won by Tyler Ryan in the number 9. And some cars with damage after this one. The number 5 involved. That is Nathan Baird. Still getting used to these names, still having to read them off the list. I'll eventually memorize them, though. Noah Cars might have gotten caught up in it, possibly. I know Philip Goldberg went around in the 55, and it was him and Adam Lewis who got into each other, and they shot around, exiting the corner as they hit that outside wall. You see the damage on the 11 of Adam Lewis right there. Rather significant there for that young driver. Now, a frantic start to this one here at Pocono. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here in the Pocono ARCA 200. Well, exiting the tunnel turn going 4 wide is just a very poor decision, and you see the 71 of Eli Bright to the outside of Adam Lewis. It's not enough room for Lewis to shoot up the racetrack, and see, he went around. He clipped the 55 of Philip Goldberg as well. And you see the carnage. Daniel McMillan in the 20 accumulated some damage from this one. The 02 of Igor Barreto, you see him go around. Aiden Shepard trying to avoid it. Ran right into the outside wall with heavy damage on that 37. He then got into the 18 of Josh Crash and sent the 18 around. But in all honesty, this crash could have been a lot worse. And you see these guys trying to scramble here. The 66 around of Griffin Lynn. Nathan Baird also in the 5. He ran into Josh Crash near the end of this action, as you can see there. And then the number 18 avoids any other contact. But still an unfortunate accident involving these guys, Aiden Shepard and Igor Barreto. The inside guardrail there for those drivers. And a real-time replay following Adam Lewis. And when they're in this pack like this, you'd expect more drivers to get involved, but fortunately a lot of these guys missed it, I should say. Joe Jefferson was one of those guys in the 32. He came close to hitting one of those drivers there as they were sideways on the racetrack, but fortunately he did not get involved. You see the 37 involved 02 of Vigor Barretto, Josh Crash, Griffin Lynn, Nathan Baird, Philip Goldberg, and the 11 of Adam Lewis, the drivers involved in this accident. Anyways, let's go ahead, get to the restart here in the Pocono ARCA 200 with the number 9 of Tyler Ryan leading the field in this race. Back here at that tricky triangle, Long Pond, Pennsylvania, for the Pocono ARCA 200, race 2 of the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series, presented by Krispy Kreme, the 2017 season. And these series are going to start being once a year now, and we'll be getting to an update here soon on 2018. I got a big plan for 2018, and it's big, let me tell you that. I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well. But for now, we're going to keep that a secret. I'm going to get to this race. Tyler Ryan, the leader, in the number 9. He leads the field over Matthew Phillips, Richard Kinghart, Isaac Nichols in the 22. Jaden Scott, he was one of those drivers running up front at Daytona, I do believe, in the first race of the season. Pole sitter Daniel Bouchard fell to 6th. The 27 of Brad Stover in 7th. The 67, that car driven by Tyler Lyman. The 23 of Chase Marks and Cameron Garlington, I believe, round out the top 10. Back to green flag racing at Pocono. Tyler Ryan out front, 10 laps to go in this race. And I'm hoping, and we do not get any more cautions. I did not want another race to end under caution here. Some of you guys were not happy about the Daytona race ending under the yellow flag, and that 52 of Richard Kinghart pushed that 81 up the racetrack tremendously. Those guys better be careful. They're coming close to each other. I think they're going to figure it out for now. That was a bold move by Richard Kinghart in the 52. And Isaac Nichols has dove to the inside for the second position. It's coming off a turn, too. That's the trouble spot for these guys. You see them coming very close to that outside wall. Of course, there are fewer drivers in the lead pack. They're a little more spread out after that accident. Take a look and see who got knocked out, and fascinatingly enough, nobody got knocked out after that accident. Even with all the cars that were involved, NOAA cars right now last in the 42. But other than that, everybody is still on the lead lap in this race, and they are a little more spread out. Starting to look a little bit more like a real ARCA Series race. Number 9, Tyler Ryan. He's led every lap so far, but Isaac Nichols, and how about Daniel Bouchard? Bouchard up to the 3rd position now in the number 10. Sporting Clemson University, not really one of my favorite schools, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know why, but still, number 10, Daniel Bouchard. Can't hate the driver, a very great driver, and he is pushing Isaac Nichols in the 22 right now, trying to get an advantage on the 9 of Tyler Ryan. Nobody's been able to get around the rookie driver so far in this race. They're looking to change that here today. Maybe on this lap, somebody up high. That's the 27 of Brad Stover, 3 wide, exiting turn 3. And how about this? Lauren Martinez in the 77. Remember, she had a very massive impact at Daytona, finished last in the race. Well, here she is in the top 10 right now, and she's got a good chance at victory if she can work her way to the front here in the next few laps. There goes Nichols to the inside of Tyler Ryan for the lead. And the Cunningham Motorsports number 22 is going to dive to the inside and take it away through the tunnel turn. You know, I really like Cunningham Motorsports because back in 2014, I uploaded a reaction video to the Talladega ARCA race when Tom Hessert won for the team. One of the crew members commented on the video saying that they were really happy that I was a fan of them, and I actually wasn't a fan of them at the time. I just liked the fact that the Dodge won, but I've always liked Cunningham Motorsports because of that, and good to see one of the Cunningham Motorsports machines out front here in the ARCA Racing Series, presented by Krispy Kreme. And it's driven by Isaac Nichols, leading lap 9 here in the Pocono ARCA 200. These guys seem to be getting through the tunnel turn and exiting the tunnel turn a little bit better now that they are spread out. But that does not mean this thing's going to finish under green. These guys are all over the place in these ARCA Racing Series machines, and these things are very loose. Let me tell you that. The downforce on these things is nothing compared to the Truck Series, and it can get very interesting at times. There goes Cameron Garlington. He is trying to get to the inside of the 25 of Ace Garcia and Matthew Phillips. 30 Oh, yeah, just the 30. I thought that was the 37, but Aiden Shepard was involved in that crash. He wouldn't be running up front. That's the 30 of Annie Thomas. She's up front here, and she did really good in the Dodge Throwback Series earlier this season. I believe she won 2 races in season number 1 of that series, and I will be saying that that series will return for 2018, and it will be run the same time in January as well. So after the Truck Series and the ARCA Racing Series are complete, the next series up is going to be the Dodge Throwback Series starting in 2018. Tyler Ryan trying to get around Jaden Scott. Jaden Scott went up to the 3rd position, and Ryan's trying to get around him, but Ryan going really high up the racetrack. Here comes the 23 of Chase Marks and Micah Knapp in the number 33. And I'd like to see this driver get a win. Micah Knapp, of course, the most awesome 5 fans driver right there. And he used to race back in 2015 with one of the drivers. Hold on just a minute. And that driver being Diego Stevenson, one of the drivers who drove in season 1 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So Diego Stevenson's done, but it's now Micah Knapp. And he's up to the 5th position right now in the number 33. But it's Isaac Nichols in the 22 holding everybody off for now. Daniel Bouchard's been right behind him ever since Nichols took the lead from Tyler Ryan. And Ryan's got a good chance of victory still. He's in the 3rd position right now, looking to possibly strike on Bouchard and Nichols. But Daniel Bouchard, he started on the pole for this race, and he's right behind the 22, exactly where he wants to be. But he's got some guys behind him here. Tyler Ryan, how about him? He wants to win this thing. Diving to the inside of Daniel Bouchard for 2nd. I believe Bouchard's going to clear him, and Bouchard's going to get a run to the inside of Nichols, or is he? Not able to do so, and you see this single file racing and around. Oh boy, are they going to save it? Yes, they are. How about that? Brad Stover, one of the best saves I've seen in quite some time. Annie Thomas and Matthew Phillips were all caught up in that one. It could have been disastrous, but it wasn't. And if you see Brad Stover, give him a high five. How about that for the rookie driver there? And there goes Daniel Bouchard. He's trying to get to the inside of Isaac Nichols. He's going to get the run. Here comes Chase Marks in the 23. And by the way, Chase Marks won his first career Napa fan race in that charity event a couple Saturdays ago. He wants to get a points-paying win. He's got Micah Knapp right behind him in the 33. But it's our pole sitter, Daniel Bouchard, who has taken the lead away here in the Pocono ARCA 200. It's getting exciting here at the Pocono Raceway in the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. And I gotta tell you, the way these cars race is definitely one of the best series to have, in my opinion. The physics of these cars are amazing. I really like it a lot. And the low downforce really spices things up here. And Daniel Bouchard has taken the lead away. Chase Marks, Micah Knapp, Isaac Nichols, and Tyler Ryan in the number 9, the top 5. Here comes Ace Garcia in the 25 up to 6th as he gets around Cameron Garlington, Eli Bright as well. Micah Knapp to the inside of the 23. That is for the 2nd position, but Daniel Bouchard trying to pull away here in the number 10, trying to get that advantage on the rest of the field so can seal away with this one. It's going to be 2 laps to go next time by. You see the 81 back in there smack the outside wall tremendously, but we remain green here at Pocono. Tyler Ryan's also back on the inside, running in the 3rd position, or attempting to get 3rd from Chase Marks. He's not able to get the run on the inside lane. And Daniel Bouchard, 2 laps to go in the number 10. He fell back initially, but he found his way back up front after starting on the pole. And here he is with a chance at victory here at the Pocono Raceway. Micah Knapp really wide through the corner. Chase Marks is going to get to the inside of him. A knot of cars here. Jaden Scott, Jonathan King in the middle of all this. He came out of nowhere in the 01. He's sporting another university. Got Clemson University leading in West Virginia coming up through the field. 23 is going to get around Micah Knapp, and Tyler Ryan will as well, but with all this battling for 2nd place, it's going to allow this 10 to pull away, I do believe. But it's still going to be 1 lap to go next time by. And Tyler Ryan might be the guy to possibly close in on this number 10 and take the victory away. But gotta tell you, Daniel Bouchard, he's put a pretty big gap on the rest of the field. White flag here in the Pocono ARCA 200 at the Pocono Raceway. And Daniel Bouchard, the pole sitter, after taking the lead away from Isaac Nichols. He's led ever since. How about Jaden Scott in the 48? Jonathan King here, they're 3 wide. If we crash now, we're still going to get a green flag finish in this race. Richard Kinger to the inside of Garlington and Eli Bright. Tyler Ryan is closing in the number 9, but will he have enough to get around the 10? If he can't get him there, I don't believe he's going to have a chance. Daniel Bouchard in the number 10. He was a Final Four driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this season, but he had an incident early on, I do believe, and didn't really have a chance at the championship, but he won the NRLOA Big One, and he's going to get a victory here today. Daniel Bouchard wins the Pocono ARCA 200 from the pole position here in the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series, presented by Krispy Kreme. So Bouchard with 36 points towards the championship, and a rather experienced driver getting the victory here today. Tyler Ryan, a great run for him in second. Same with Jaden Scott, both of those guys in their first ever runs here on Napa Fan. Second and third, Jonathan King, Chase Marks, rounding out the top 5. Today was Bouchard's day. Pole position and victory for driver number 10. And even though I don't like Clemson, still gotta like Daniel Bouchard and the success he has had. Great driver driving that number 10 machine. Coming home with the victory here in the Pocono ARCA 200. And everybody finished on the lead lap even after that accident, so kind of a good thing. Of course, a lot of those guys back in there, they did sustain significant damage, and all of those drivers at the end there, Josh Cratch, Hayden Shepard, Philip Goldberg, Griffin Lynn, McMillan, Lewis, Cars, Barreto, and Bear, they were all involved in the crash, and you see him down low. Joe Jefferson, 24th in this race. Not too good after winning at Daytona last week, but still, it's early on in the season. Still got 12 races left, and we got some short tracks coming up on the schedule. We got 5 short tracks this season, guys. I hope you guys enjoy that. We're going to South Boston. We're going to be going to Toledo, IRP, Iowa, and Winchester. So I'm looking forward to those races. Now at Toledo and Winchester, we're going to have to knock some guys out. It's going to be a couple of guys that might not make those races. I believe 3 in each race, because I think the maximum amount of cars is 30 for those racetracks. So we will have qualifying on the NRLOA channel for those specific races. And I will let you guys know ahead of time. Well, I already have let you know which races they are. Toledo and Winchester. Watch out for those, because you might not necessarily get the start in those races. You still will get points, but we're going to have a qualifying session to determine which drivers advance on. And Winchester is going to be the next to last race on the schedule, so that could get very interesting as we get to the end of the season, probably in the beginning of December. But right now, here in the middle of September, we're still going strong, and Daniel Bouchard is the winner here for the first Pocono race of the season. 36 points towards the championship for that driver right there. Thank you guys very much for watching. Here are the point standings for the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. I know it's a really long name. I don't know why, but hey, you know what? That's just the way it is, okay? This is America. I can do whatever I want. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Here are the points. And congratulations to Daniel Bouchard, the winner here at Pocono. I will see you guys later.
When you see me working, does it make you mad?